like to call the meeting to order at this time. A roll call, please, Michelle.
Avon.
Here.
Caledonia.
Here.
Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland. Leicester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Here.
North Dansville.
Here.
Nunde.
Here.
Ashen.
Here.
Portage.
Here.
Sparta.
Here.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Here.
York.
Pledge of allegiance, Ashen Supervisor Dwight Ashley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We had minutes of our last regular meeting, February 14th, for your consideration. Does anyone have any changes they wish to bring forward at this time? Hearing none, I look for a motion and a second, please.
Move Schuster.
Second, Davis. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, they're carried. We do have a communication, Michelle.
The next conversations with the county will be held on Tuesday, March 12th, 2024 at 6 p.m. at the North Dansville Town Hall, 14 Clara Barton Street, Dansville, New York, 14435.
Thank you. Abstract of claims is next.
Mr. Chairman, I move this abstract of claims and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. Does anyone have any questions or concerns on this set of claims against the county? Hearing none, the roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland.
Aye.
Leicester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Aye.
North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 3074, absent 1980, adopted.
We do have a few resolutions on the third agenda.
Proclaiming March 2024 as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in Livingston County. Proclaiming March 2024 as March for Meals Month in Livingston County. And establishing standard workday.
Thanks. Is there any discussion on any of these resolutions? Hearing none, I look for a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
Gonzalez seconds it.
Thanks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A roll please on this.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland. Leicester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Aye.
North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 3074, absent 1980, adopted.
We do have some resolutions that are going to require a separate roll call vote.
Mr. Knapp, establishing standard workday and retirement reporting credit.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. Are there any questions or concerns on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland.
Aye.
Leicester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Aye.
North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 3074, absent 1980, adopted. Amending the 2024 Livingston County budget planning.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. Are there any concerns on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland. Leicester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Aye.
North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 3074, absent 1980, adopted. Authorizing transfer of funds. Office for the Aging, there are two.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. Are there any questions or concerns on either of these two? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland.
Aye.
Leicester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Yes.
North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 3074, absent 1980, adopted. Authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contract for the Livingston County Training and Professional Development Department, Geneseo Community College.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. Are there any questions or concerns on this contract? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland. Lester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Aye.
North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 3074, absent 1980, adopted. Authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contract for the Livingston County Coroners, Vertique Software LLC.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. Are there any questions or concerns on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland. Lester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Aye.
North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 3074, absent 1980, adopted. Authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contract for Livingston County, Cornell Cooperative Extension Association of Livingston County.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. Are there any questions or concerns on this contract? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius. Geneseo. Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima. Livonia. Mount Morris.
Aye.
North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen.
Aye.
Portage.
Aye.
Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 3074, absent 1980, adopted.
Very good. Ian, do you have any updates from Albany?
Yeah, sure. I have a couple things. On the state budget side, there was a presentation relative to more so the state government's fiscal position and kind of what it translates down into for a local government impact. The theme was that, as I've said before, that the state budget, wasn't that bad, but there's some holes in it and some things that are problematic. Probably the biggest one is that the state budget itself has a $20 billion with a B budget gap in it right now. So they've had some topsy-turvy. About 4 years ago, they projected a $70 billion. 2 years ago, that was a $40 billion surplus that was projected. Fast forward 18 months from there, they're back down to a $40 billion deficit. And then it was 21, 20, and now it's staying at 20. So the drivers are the same as they've always been, K-12 education. So nothing against the school districts that push out notices that were recently in the paper about, they got this aid package before, and now they're going to get this aid package. Cumulatively across the state, it has increased substantially in the billions over the last couple of fiscal years to the tune of 26 billion to 38 billion. It's a 43% change in just those couple of fiscal years. And then Medicaid. So that's the biggest one in the whole budget. It's expansive and expensive, and that has increased in those same fiscal years 89%. And it's now up to just the DOH side is up to the highest, I think, except for California, maybe in terms of cost or whatever. So, and we got more enrollees and things like that. So that's expensive and an issue. A couple things of note. So Airbnb, so we have a voluntary agreement with Airbnb for the collection of hotel motel taxes for the lodging stays. There's a new provision in New York to tax via sales tax the actual agreement itself. So kind of another level and layer of tax the state's looking at. The state would, of course, return half of that, 4%. We would return the other half. So There's some estimates statewide. We've done a little, back of the napkin stuff. I say we being Bill Bacon. We're probably looking at maybe potentially 400,000 extra in revenues for us just on that one simple change if that were to go into effect. It's just an example of something that's happening out there in Albany. There's also this big program that was promoted many times called Rescue EMS, which is essentially to address the counties who are honestly a little bit behind in terms of where we are, because we were sort of forced to go to a situation with EMS, and then we chose to go beyond that situation. But there's 5 reforms that are put out there with details to be determined. The big one is it defines EMS as an essential service. So the question then is, what does that mean for counties now that that's named an essential service? Some other things that really more so counties are looking at that aren't involved in EMS at all right now. They're looking at the creation of all these things. The most controversial has to do with maybe districts or zones. So potentially the allowance for a district creation at the county level. There's been some floating of proposals about that. A couple other things, our dreaded prior period adjustment. We were told by tax and finance folks that the April 2024 sales tax collection period will be some sort of audit account, more so than usual, I guess. They're really going to be taking some look at it. It'll go back to December of 23. So they're kind of doing this warning bell that potentially there's some inflated returns out there. April of 2024. They historically have always done that. It's not been much of a to-do, but I guess we're looking for it. Another thing that was talked about was ARPA, of course, obligated by the end of 2024 is the requirement for not only the county's 12.2, but whatever you got at the town level. So, there is a limitation or exclusion on that for revenue loss and some other things. So depending on how you construct it at the town level, you're probably fine. And the county's pretty much fine too, but just that's April 2024 reporting period for ARPA. And I guess it's an important one because it's also forward looking. So you just want to be mindful of, have you spent, allocated, or appropriated all of your ARPA dollars at the town level? If you have already, you're good to go. If you haven't, something to keep an eye out for, because the end of this calendar year, and there's some report that you have to make upcoming that once you make it, your ability to change it is very limited. So you kind of got to get in front of that now. In REM, which is the Article 10 foreclosure process, is a big deal, as you know, because of the Hennepin case out of the Supreme Court. There was a bunch of different commentary on that. It doesn't really look that great for counties, no matter how you skin it. How we might foreclose, how we might auction off properties, retroactivity, administrative fees, making the individuals whole, all this sort of process is a big concern for all of us. It's still really in a state of flux at this point in time. Buried in the executive budget, which honestly I did not see until it was relayed to us by Leading Age, which is the CNR's professional association, is that there is a proposal in the executive budget to make IGT permanent in the state. Because right now we're in this cycle where it's periodic and, kind of termed. This would be made permanent. So we are going to look at doing some very specific lobbying / advocacy on that issue because it's very important to us. We also got some preliminary numbers in the out years that they expect our number to be much more than we have budgeted. I'm still conservative. I think, we'll see what happens. But a couple of good news items. The DMV change in the state budget might allow for an extra $120,000 for us. It has to do with the online transactions versus the in-person and who gets what cut of what, but that will be a good thing for us. Moving onward to some other matters that was brought up a couple of meetings ago about our ambulance purchases. So we did inquire. We were able to make connection with our current vendor. They had 3 more ambulances pop up in addition to the one that we're ordering. 2 were spoken for, 1 was not. We have now spoken for that 3rd one, so we're going to be presenting that through Public Services next week. It may necessitate a contingency transfer, but I think we got to strike while the iron's hot based on this timetable and the board guidance from the other day. So we were doing that. There was a call today on the Light Up Livingston project for the municipal infrastructure program that we are hoping to participate in. It's kind of a pre-application, and then if we're deemed okay through the front door, we get the second application. That's 100% grant funded, but we have to be the lead, but we believe we can contract out or contract downward to a private sector enterprise to basically run with it from there, which would provide some risk mitigation for the county. Working with Sean and certainly the department heads on the federal earmark process. So we have the next round, I think it's due around the 17th or so. So Tenny's office, Jill LeBrand, and Schumer have all contacted us and said, send us your projects and proposals. We've been able to get a couple through over the years. The most recent one was the Dreamavate project, which was one of the largest kind of programmatic awards, because usually the awards are like more project or infrastructure, like a road or a sewer or a water line, something like that, maybe a building, some kind of initiative like that. We were able to get $500,000 for like a program, so that was pretty meaningful. We have a whole series of different asks that are out there. In addition to that, we of course have the various private sector, nonprofit, other governmental unit players in the county who have asked us for letters of support for their own projects. The one actually in Dansville has asked us for a letter of support. The YMCA expansion project in Dansville in partnership with the hospital. They're looking to secure an earmark. I'm sure we'll get others in the run up to the next couple of weeks, so I will keep you posted on that. And last but not least, we did receive our Excel spreadsheet for our grant reimbursement for the shared services. Once we place our numbers in, the final step is the state to say they bless the numbers that we put in. Joe, who again we affectionately call Big Money Joe because we have some big money on the line here. He is of the belief that we might be looking at about $500,000 potentially, which would be our largest single award through the shared services program. And it's all gravy, as I call it, because it's unbudgeted money that would just come into the county. It'd be very quickly eaten gravy though, because our capital improvement plan as constructed right now has, some needs that we have more, needs than we have funding presently. So we probably try to capture that quickly and put it in the CIP. That was about it that I had. Sure.
Thank you. Any other business come forward? Yes, Mr. Davis.
I'd like to ask, how are we, and do we have illegal immigrants that we're having to take care of with our Medicaid?
That's a good question. I actually don't know the answer to that. We haven't had anything from what we thought we might have where things got hot and heavy with the New York City situation. The state budget has $2 billion just for New York City in the budget to account for their costs and needs related to the migrant issue. We didn't see any sort of activity kind of flow this way in great numbers. I'd have to check if we just kind of regularly and customarily might have some situation that is a illegal immigrant or a migrant or asylum seeker that may be placed on our rolls. I'd have to double check with Tracy on that. But I don't know offhand. Certainly not in any great numbers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other business come before the board?
Move to adjourn from Geneseo.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Meeting stands adjourned.
There's quite a storm coming through right now.
Yeah, I know.
That's-
Sunshine. It looks like an arrow bear. I was looking at my phone. Okay. Yeah. Well,